Aloha, I'd like to introduce this handout to all of you. I have been using this handout for a long time in all of my classes since I started teaching. I developed this after, I don't know, a few years and thought that just having a simple handout like this would be probably be a much better way to introduce this very important basic piece of information in the study of accounting, the accounting equation. Uh, you might notice right off the bat that I used basically three colors, but two colors are the main colors to distinguish between different elements in the accounting equation. The accounting equation across the top is stated as assets are equal to liabilities plus owner's equity plus revenue minus expenses. Below that basic equation, and they call it an equation because it kind of looks like a math equation with pluses and minuses and the equal sign. Below that are the components of the equation written out: assets, liabilities. For owner's equity, we have both capital and drawing. Notice that capital is colored red and drawing is colored blue. And then, of course, we have revenue and expense. And then under those terms, we have what are called T accounts. And I think it's obvious why they're referred to as T accounts, because each one of those looks like a T. And notice that for each T account, we have a debit on the left side and a credit on the right side. If you look closely at those T accounts, you'll notice that for assets, expenses, and the drawing account, the debits are pluses, and correspondingly, the credits are minuses. Whereas for the liabilities, the capital, and the revenue accounts, the credits are pluses, and correspondingly, the debits are minuses. And that little bit of information, that rule, if you will, is probably one of the hardest things for the typical beginning student of accounting to get, to understand, to remember. But there are rules that are used in the processing of transactions, and they never change. And then finally, at the very bottom, every accounting textbook has definitions that explain each one of these terms. And what I've tried to do here is simply explain them in the simplest way possible, using definitions that I hope are easier to understand than what you might find is provided in the textbook. So again, this is the accounting equation. I've always told students to make copies of these. If you can make a copy in color, that's great. And just keep it handy anytime you're doing any of your work, or even when you're doing your quizzes and tests. This is a great handout to have and referred to on a regular basis. I hope this helps. Mahalo, and